And hello, everybody. It's your favorite commissioner, Ray Morrell, also GM of the Toronto Nomads. And I've got a puppy here. Oh, puppers. I can't pick her up. My hands have wing sauce on. Doyers! Go Doyers! All right. So it's a I think it's a four-day sim tonight. Monday, May 6th to Thursday, May 9th. We'll try and fit in 2 games again tonight. And you know what? Rico said go Salts. We haven't done a Salts game in a while, so I think we will do a Salts game tonight. I know California was just done yesterday, and that's who the Salts are matched up with. Let me check who else is on the menu. Try and fit in a Lake League game here. Ravens Pitbulls is always a good matchup. Yeah, we haven't done the Ravens and Pitbulls in a while. Pitbulls have played, so far in broadcast, they've played the Dragons and Washington Freedom. The Ravens, we had a Montreal game on opening day, and that's it. So we haven't done too many Ravens games. So that's what we're going to start off with. We're going to start off with the Pitbulls at the Minneapolis Ravens. Camarena on the mound for Chicago. Knuckles Malone, 0-2 start to the year. He's getting a rough ride in 2024. The 34-year-old right-hander, who's still going strong, by the way. He doesn't have the stuff that he used to, but look at that movement and the control. It's incredible. Now very much profiled as a ground baller and still with a wicked knuckleball in his repertoire. But if you look at his scouting, it has been declining. More importantly, the stuff has been declining. But he still has great movement and control. So I would say he's still one of the premier pitchers in the league. But there you go, 0-2 start to the year, and a big salary. But he should be coming up to the end of that contract. He's got 2 more seasons, then he becomes a free agent. And if I recall, it does decline. No, maybe not. It's stays steady at 28.6. So, if he keeps declining, then maybe his last couple seasons will be in AAA as a multimillionaire. But yeah, he's definitely given plenty of worthwhile starts to both the Ravens and the Nomads. So Pitbulls at Ravens for game 1. Scott, are you here yet? And we'll do Salts at Titles for game 2. But first, we got to get the exports and check the DFA list. I had some Chinese barbecue today. Now, finishing off yesterday's wings. All right. Boy, it's slow with these downloads. I'm going to have to erase some of these files. It just takes too long to look for them, only to figure out that they're the wrong date. So Arizona, Chicago, Miami, Seattle, no exports. And surprised Chicago doesn't usually miss this many days. Scott's not here either. I know he's involved in other leagues, but he's usually pretty dedicated to popping into this one. Has anyone seen Hide Nor Hair of him in uh, Discord or anything? All right, one moment. Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry, just had to heat up some food for Addie and get her frosty before it melted. All right, Dylan, I see you're here. Welcome, welcome. So as a recap, oh, I got all the imports good. There's going to be two broadcasts tonight, and we've got Matt Dukes of the Ravens on the DFA list. Well, let's put him down to AAA so it doesn't interrupt the sim. So the two games I'm going to do tonight: Pitbulls at Ravens, because we haven't done the Pitbulls or the Ravens in a while. And Knuckles Malone is 0-2 this season. He has yet to get a win. He's having a rough go this year. Oscar Camarena on the mound for Chicago. And then game 2 will be the Salts at the Titles. We did the Titles last night, but we haven't done the Salts in a long time. And Rico's here, so why not? And then, yeah, I'll take a look at the schedule for Tuesday and see who hasn't been broadcast in a while. Yes, Legacy, what's going on? I need a bad sim tonight. Smoked queso for lunch. Smoked cheese. All right. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Chicago Pitbulls at the Minneapolis Ravens for game 1. Oh, you've got Chris Zirkle pitching tonight. He's 5-1 this season. So Scotty has got the lineup missing a few names. I don't see Rambo in the lineup. Freddie Carter's the catcher.
You won't have Sharky.
Yeah, he hasn't exported in a couple days. So, and Sharky's injured. Yeah, so missing half the big bats that he usually has. Meanwhile, the Ravens seem to be pretty intact. A lot of power up front. Leonardo Brasco, 9 home runs, 28 RBIs, and he's done fairly well against Oscar Camarena, 3 for 7. Small sample size, but he's hit 3 times. 429 is his average, plus a home run for one of those hits. Taco seasoned hot sausage rotel. I like smoked cheddar, smoked Gouda. I like Stilton. I like some of the blue cheeses. Oh, that's a change. Lorenzo Gutierrez is pitching instead of Knuckles Malone. All right, well, we'll see how this pans out. Gutierrez 0-1 against Chicago with a massive 794 earned run average. Camarena definitely has the advantage here, but some of these Ravens have hit off of Camarena quite a bit. Here we go. Twin City Stadium is the venue. Yeah, Grove's injured. Rambo's injured. I think there's another one. I can't remember who. And then, of course, Sharky. If you beer me tonight, I'll be drinking Coke instead of beer. Oh, well. All right. Ricky Gonzalez leading off for the Pitbulls with a 387 batting average, getting on base at a 427 clip. Sorry, 472, dyslexic. Lorenzo Gutierrez on the mound. It'll be a 2-1 count for this first at-bat. Let's see what happens. Gutierrez 2-3 in the season. Wind blowing in from left at 11 miles an hour. All right. Gutierrez with the pitch. And it skips over to first base where it's played by Canas back to the bag for out number 1. That'll bring up Matt Dixon, left fielder, who's plus 330 over the course of the season so far. Swing and a miss, strike 3, gets him with a changeup. It's almost time to start talking All-Stars. All-Star voting opens May 20th, I think, in the game. I may open it sooner on Stats Plus. Full count to Peyton Bint. Hard hit, but on the ground to second. Purcell scoops it up, throws it to first for out number 3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Pitbulls. And we'll change sides. Leonardo Brasco leading off for the Ravens. And it'll be Oscar Camarena on the mound for Chicago. Brasco's lit up Camarena a few times. We said 3 out of 7. But he goes down on strikes here. A called third strike on the outside corner. It was in the zone. But Brasco working that count on Camarena already. Jackson Purcell up next. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Camarena winds, delivers. Strike 3, fastball down the pipe. Catching the black, actually, on the outside third. And Dwayne Norris next up. Aquino. Okay, I don't think Aquino is much of a game maker. Norris skips one over to third, but it's caught before it hits the ground. That's a line out to third base for Dwayne Norris. 1-2-3 inning for the Ravens to start things off. Top of the second. We'll check the out-of-town scores, though. Just 4 other games in action. Boston is hosting New York. It is 1-0 for the Brawlers. Cody was looking to sweep Toronto. He didn't manage to sweep Toronto, but he took 2 of 3. And he's promised a sweep on the Dragons here in Slack as well. Well, he's ahead. Calgary is in Miami, enjoying the sun and the surf. And the Inferno are ahead 3-1. Houston hosting Washington. They're leading 3-2 over the Freedom. Dan Locke just hit a 3-run home run in the first inning for the Oilers. His second of the season. And Nevada is in Arizona. That game will start a little bit later. All right, here's the pitch to Dusty Binns. Ground ball to second, and scooped up by Purcell, thrown to Canas for out number 1. Purcell injured on the play. Scooping that ball. Trainer looks at his right arm. I believe that's his throwing arm, but he's going to stay in the game. Here's John Guyot. 11 home runs, 32 RBIs. Gutierrez with the 1-2 pitch. Guyot grounds to third. Gorman with the long throw across the diamond, and that's 2 away. Mei-Shan Lee at the plate. Here's the 1-0 count. Line drive to center field, but it drops in for a base hit in front of Brasco. plays it back into second baseman Purcell. And that'll be a single for Lee. First hit of the ball game here in the second inning with 2 outs. And here's Todd Simmons. Shortstop Simmons batting .354 this season. Takes this one down to first, and Canas takes it to the bag for out number 3. So Chicago strands one. We'll go to the bottom half of the second. And we're back. Bottom of the second, Jeremy Pastore will start up things for the Ravens. Called strike 3 on the inside, high and inside part of the plate. Camarena struck out 3 now. Jose Canas. Two-two pitch from Camarena. Called strike 3 to him on a fork ball. Camarena is sitting them down, up to 33 strikeouts this season. Jesse Latimer. Hard hit to second. Played by Gonzalez over to Bint. And that'll end the inning. So 1-2-3 inning again for the Ravens. Still hitless after 2. And now it's the top of the third. It smells delicious. Gutierrez strikes out Tyrone Osoris, former Ohio Oxen catcher, DHing at the number 8 slot. For the Pitbulls tonight. And here's Freddie Carter, who is the catcher, backing up Les Groves, the general, who's out due to injury. Gutierrez winds, delivers, 1-1 count. And it's a single to center field. Carter has hit safely 21 times this season. He's had a lot of action due to injuries. Ricky Gonzalez up to the plate. 1 away. Carter at first. Number 0, Freddie Carter. 0-2 count on Gonzalez. Ground ball to second. They throw to short, covering the bag, and back to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play to end Chicago's third. In addition to the Pitbulls' injuries to Groves and Rambo, they seem to be playing with a couple of tired infielders. Guillot and Simmons have been getting a lot of work lately. Steve Gorman facing off against Camarena. 1-1 count. Squares the bunt. It's way out next to the mound. Camarena's off the bump to throw it to first, and he is out. Gorman, one of the better bunters, but unable to execute there. Viriato Quintal, his first time around against Camarena tonight, and he lines this one to right center. It's back to the gasoline sign. And it's a stand-up double as Mei-Shan Lee throws it into the cutoff man, Gonzalez. First hit of the night for the Ravens, and they've got a runner in scoring position. Nestor Filoteo, I'm assuming is a backup catcher for the Ravens. He steps up to the plate. 44 at-bats this season, 11 hits, 1 home run. 1-1 count, and here's the steal attempt from Quintal, who is safe at third. 10th stolen base of the season. And now with 1 out, Chicago's infield is going to come in. They are shifted left for the pull-hitting Filoteo. 2-2 pitch. Late swing, and Camarena fans him on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. That was low out of the zone. Here's Leonardo Brasco, second time around. 2 outs, runner at third. On the ground to third and played by Guillot over to first base. Brasco is out and the inning is done. Top of the fourth now. Still scoreless after 3. And we're going to check the out-of-town scores once again. Boston and New York tied up at 1 apiece. They're in the top of the 6th. The last play was an error on a pickoff throw, scoring Rosa, Alexis Rosa from third for New York, so tying the ball game. And speaking of ties, all the other games are tied up. Calgary, Miami, they're at 3 apiece in the top of the 6th. Home runs already, though, from Dillman, Mendola, and Skog for Calgary. 3 solo home runs. The only 3 hits of the game. Washington's tied up with Houston now. That is also at 3 runs each. And Arizona and Nevada gets underway at 9:05. Oh, and Katai Kitagawa was ejected from the Calgary-Miami game for arguing a strike call. So, yeah, the Inferno top center fielder is out of the game in the 6th inning. It's a good hitter, too. Matt Dixon leading off the 4th for Chicago. 3-0 count. He takes a swing at it. Ground ball to short. Quintal is there and throws it to first for the out. Peyton Bint back up second time around. It's a full count. He's working the count on Gutierrez. Swing and a miss. Gutierrez fans him on a fastball. And he's up to 3 strikeouts tonight. Just going to check the Minneapolis subs to see if Knuckles is out or it's just not his night tonight. So Dusty Binns back up to start off the Pitbulls' 4th. Start off. We're already 2 outs into the Pitbulls' 4th. Third batter up tonight. Gutierrez winds on a 1-2 count. Check swing, but he gets him. Filateo asked for an appeal on that one, and Binns is out. Jackson Purcell, the second baseman, starting off the Ravens' 4th. Oscar Camarena, though, has been a tough nut to crack. So far, he's only allowed 1 hit. It was a double, which led to a steal and a runner at third. But so far, not much else is happening for the Ravens. 5 Ravens have struck out. But Purcell gets another base hit, this one to right field. Played on the hop by Binns. And he is now parked at first base. Dwayne Norris, the designated hitter, will follow to the plate with Purcell at first and no outs. Camarena, full count. Pitch number 9 here. 5 foul balls in that one. And this one is a fly out to right field. Camarena up to 52 pitches now. Some of the batters in the Ravens lineup have been able to work those counts, but he's been fairly efficient overall. And here's Pastore. Bouncer up the middle, easily scooped by Simmons over to first for the out, but Purcell advancing to second. There was no attempt to get him out at second base. They had to rush the throw to get Pastore. And so there's 2 outs and Canas at the plate. Interesting. No, I didn't see that. So they're going to use baseballs that are not wound as tight. Why are they trying to mess with stuff? And have they been winding them tight for the last few years? Like, what is going on? Jose Canas. 1-0 count. Big hit to right. It's carrying. It's back. It's back. It's gone. Canas, home run number 6. And the Ravens are on the scoreboard 2-0 here in the 4th. Apparently that nicked the foul pole, but stayed fair. 380 feet was the tail of the tape, and Jesse Latimer will step up to the plate. Canas, a 216 average, but now tied for second, I presume, on the Ravens home run leaderboard with Jeremy Pastore. Jesse Latimer, the left fielder, the 2-1 count from Camarena. He connects, and this one's going high to center, but it's going to drop shallow. Mei-Shan Lee tracking it. Makes the catch, and that is 3 outs. But the Ravens on the scoreboard, it's 2-0 as we go to the 5th. John Guyot now steps up to bat. Lorenzo Gutierrez has just allowed 2 hits and struck out 4. And he induces a fly ball to left, caught by Latimer for 1 away. Mei-Shan Lee up to the plate, hitting 192 this season. He's had better years. An infield pop-up to second base dispatches him. And now with 2 outs, it's Todd Simmons. 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on an 94 mile an hour fastball. The clock just updated as I was reading. And now the bottom half of the 5th, we're halfway through the game. Camarena is going to pitch to Steve Gorman. Gorman boasting a 177 average, and he pokes out a hit here as 18th of the year, first tonight. And Gorman's at first after that leadoff single. Viriato Quintal, who has a hit and a double and a stolen base, he's coming back around. 0-2 count. Launches a fly ball to right. Tracking this one is Dusty Binns. Gorman won't be tagging up. And now Nestor Filateo back up again. Legacy, thanks for the beer me. It's Coke tonight, but I'll drink to it. Filateo grounds into a double play to short, and we've ended the 5th. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of singles and doubles and triples anymore, and bunts and stuff like that. It's partly because of the propensity for all the very, very fast and hard pitching that's going on right now. Like the Kershaws, the Chris Sales, the 100-mile-an-hour pitch, the quest for 100-mile-an-hour pitches. Top of the 6th, we're going to check the out-of-town scores. New York now leading Boston 5-1. It's quite the reversal of events there. Boston was leading early on, but New York is on a scoring run. It's Dusty Hertz for New York that seems to be holding Boston back. 6 1/3 innings, just allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, struck out 7 tonight. Some wild pitches and defensive errors costing Boston some runs there. Calgary still tied up at 3 apiece with Miami. They're in the bottom of the 7th. Zirkle pitching a fine game. 6 innings, just the 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, but he's allowed 8 hits. Still on the mound for the Inferno. Washington trailing Houston again. It's 4-3 for the Oilers. And now the game is underway in Arizona. Nevada leading 2-1. They're in the top of the 2nd there. Well, that's true. And then the shift and things like that was taking away a lot of those infield grounders and stuff like that. So yeah, launch angle and hit it over the fence seems to be. I mean, it works. It's effective, or it can be. The Jays have tried it. We've typically always tried to rely on power hitting, but when we're not getting guys on base, a solo home run here and there doesn't really help you much. The rest of your guys are striking out. Tyrannosaurus leading off the Pitbulls' 6th inning. The designated hitter, 5 for 23 this season. Has not been getting a lot of game time. The 34-year-old has had a stellar career, mostly with Ohio. Pretty decent season with Miami, but since coming to Chicago, he's mainly been a fill-in player here and there. Great arm for a catcher, but just not the kind of all-star that Les Groves is. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 pitch to Osoris. Gutierrez fans him. 6th strikeout tonight for Lorenzo. And now it's Freddie Carter. The catcher 1 for 1 tonight. 21 hits in 61 at-bats. Over a third of his at-bats have resulted in base hits. Full count. Swing and a miss. Gutierrez fans him. And it's quite the strikeout battle tonight. Gutierrez for the Ravens doing a fine job. Camarena as well, floating around the 6 or 7 strikeouts mark, I believe. Ricky Gonzalez, as we return to the top of the Pitbulls order, hits a big one to right field. It's carrying. It's gone. Gonzalez with a solo shot over the right field fence. Pastore just had to stare at it. And Chicago is not only on the scoreboard, but they've cut that lead down to 1 run. Matt Dick, which is a big, it's a big step in a pitching battle like this. Matt Dixon at the plate. He connects. It's a line drive off the end of the bat, slicing in left field. Retrieved by Latimer. Back to the cutoff man, Quintel. And Peyton Bint will follow Dixon to the plate. Yeah, it is fun to watch action in baseball. Double play or double steals and hit and runs and bunts and sack bunts and things like that. That's the end of the top of the 6th for Chicago, but they're on the scoreboard 2-1. I liked, the heck was his name? Jose, for the Jays. What the heck's his last name now? Anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about. He stole a base on a walk against, thank you, Bautista. So I didn't watch the game live, but I saw the highlight afterwards, and it's floating around YouTube. After walking against Seattle, he just kept going and went to second base. Seattle forgot the ball was still live on a walk, and it was a little bit of a panic there. They gave him second base. It was great. I love plays like that, and you're right. There's not enough of that anymore in baseball. That was great stuff. Huh. Yeah, I don't like that rule either. It is an option, I believe, in OOTP 20. I'm trying to think if it's in this version, OOTP 21, or if it's planned for 22. But I don't like it. I'll never use it in the Bull League, I don't think. I think it's silly. I think it's, honestly, extra innings are extra innings. You play till the game is done. Don't slant things with putting extra base runners on, or having, doing stuff with the count, or having pitch clocks. It's all nonsense. Get off my lawn. Yeah, it was a 60-game season, and if it becomes permanent, that'll suck. Brasco facing off against Camarena. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. And Camarena strikes out his 6th. Oh, so Gutierrez is ahead of him in strikeouts tonight. But Camarena not far behind. Jackson Purcell now. Here's a 1-2 count. Grounds to first, and Bint takes it to the bag for out number 2. I moved, babe. Dwayne Norris at the plate with 2 away, 3-1 count. Camarena winds, delivers. And it's a fastball down the middle, but misses low for ball 4. Yeah, I agree, Dylan. There wasn't nearly. I mean, until Canseco and all the steroid users came to the forefront, it wasn't really a big home run game. I mean, every once in a while, you'd see a big one, and there's a few hitters that you just kind of knew that would get a lot of home runs in a season, 40 or so. But you just didn't see the kind of numbers back then, and I liked it better. I'm not saying we should go back to the dead ball era of the 20s, but putting tobacco juice in the ball and playing with no lights so you can't see. But yeah, it's got to do something. Jeremy Pastore up with a runner at first and 2 out. He connects. It's deep in the pocket to second, but fielded by Gonzalez over to first for out number 3. And Minneapolis finishes the 6th, still with a 2-1 lead, but stranding a base runner. Both teams 4 hits apiece as we go into the 7th. Peyton Bint leading off for the Pitbulls. I also like the loud uniforms in the 70s. Let's use the juice again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bint goes down for the 3rd time tonight. He has not had a very good day at the plate against Gutierrez. I don't know if that's 3 strikeouts or not, but see 2 strikeouts. Dusty Binns now. And he hammers one to the gap and left. It's back to the wall to the season ticket sign. And he's legged out a double, sliding into second. That's a big hit for Chicago. Oh, she's starting with the gas already. What's that, babe? Yeah. So MLB is they have direct ability to manipulate the game. I mean, they could anyway with rule changes, but manipulating the baseball is another thing. But, it might work out to everyone's benefit. If they make a softer ball that's less tightly wound, then you get some more play action. Binns at second, Guillo at first. Mei-Shan Lee up to the plate, 1 away. 0-1 count. Ground ball to second. The force at second base taken by Quintal gets 1 out. But Dusty Binns moves to third. Mei-Shan Lee, there was no attempt to get him at first, so he is safe on a fielder's choice. 2 out, full count to Todd Simmons. Swing and a miss. Gutierrez fans his 9th batter tonight. And it's 7th inning stretch time. Ravens still up 2-1 in this very close game. That's the other thing, Jim. The strike zone has changed a lot. So, yeah. And if they ever replace the umpires with computers, forget it. I'll never watch baseball either. Even this game, it's annoying to see guys get struck out on pitches that are out of the strike zone and they didn't swing. But it's realistic because not every umpire is perfect. Yeah, MLB commission manipulates things. Jose Canas, first baseman for the Ravens, will start off the 7th. Oscar Camarena pitching strong, a solid 6 innings, still going. 83 pitches in. Chicago only trailing by 1 run. 1-2 pitch to Canas. He connects. It's a line drive to right. It's going to drop in for a base hit as Binns chases it down, but he's there quickly, and it's just a single for Canas. Yeah, it's supposed to be to the letters, actually. You're right. And top of the knee. But sometimes it's the only way a player gets on base from a walk. Line out to John Guyot, and that's one out. And we'll now see Steve Gorman back up to the plate. He's got a hit tonight. He's still under 200 on the season. 186 is his season average. Line drive to right field, and Binns has it on a hop. Canas doesn't stop at second. He goes all the way to third. So the top of the knee or the bottom of the knee? And did they really make it the belt? I could have sworn it was still the letters. Midpoint of the chest or something. Viriato Quintal with runners at first and third. And I haven't seen the rule book in a while. I did buy it a couple years ago when I was coaching. But it's been a while since it's now 3 years, I think, since I bought an MLB rule book. Camarena records his 7th strikeout, getting Quintal swinging. And now it's 2 outs, runners at first and third for Nestor Filateo, who's hitless tonight. Swing and a miss on is that a fork ball? And that is the 8th strikeout of the night for Camarena. And his 100th pitch. No, actually, it'll be 106 when he comes back. Tyrannosaurus back up to the plate. He is leading off this inning for the Pitbulls. So far this season, in 12 at-bats, he has just 1 hit with bases empty. Two-two pitch. Gutierrez winds. Called strike 3. That looked like it hit the outside corner. But no, it was high right down the middle. And Tyrannosaurus goes down on strikes. 10 strikeouts tonight for Gutierrez. Freddie Carter now. Was it really 87 that they ended that? Wow. Carter, they single to right field. And Gonzalez steps up to the plate. Chicago now has an opportunity here with 1 out. And pretty solid hitting Ricky Gonzalez at the plate to try and get something going here. Here's the pitch. Ground ball is short, and it could be no double play. They get Carter at second, but Gonzalez crosses the first base bag unopposed. 2-0 count to Matt Dixon, who lines this one to left. It drops in and bounces off the wall. A double for Dixon. Gonzalez is going to hold up at third. And now with 2 outs, Chicago has 2 runners in scoring position. Peyton Bint back up around, again, 13 home runs this season and a .336 average. He's struck out a couple times tonight. See how he fares against Gutierrez this time around. 1-2 count. Called strike 3 down the middle, and he is gone. Chicago strands 2, and they are still trailing 2-1 after 7.5 innings. And I did forget to check the scoreboard at the beginning of the 8th. I'll do it now. We have a final to report in Boston, where New York held on to their 5-1 lead and won that game. Dusty Hertz with his 3rd win of the season. Harlan Adronic picks up his 2nd loss. Justice with save number 2. No home runs in that game. Washington trailing Houston 5-3 in the top of the 8th. Nevada leading Arizona 4-1 in the top of the fourth. Bases loaded for these Speeders with one out in the fourth after a Chitoji Amati walk. Avery, with the only home run of that game, has hit his 16th of the season. And a final, Calgary beats Miami 4-3. Zirkel with his 6th win of the season. Barrett picking up his second save. Skog, Mendola, and Dillman were the only 3 home runs in that game. Back to the game action here in Minneapolis. Bottom of the 8th, Jonathan Astorga is coming in to pitch for Chicago. The relief pitcher is a right-hander with a 2-0 record this season. In 19 innings, he's struck out 16 batters, walked 9, allowed 13 hits, and given up 7 earned runs for a 3.32 earned run average. Leonardo Brasco 0 for 3 tonight as the leadoff man for the Ravens. Will face Astorga. 2-0 count, and he puts this one on the ground to first, and Bint has it, takes it to the bag himself for out number 1. Wow, 50% of all runs scored were scored on home runs. Wow, that's nuts. Jackson Purcell at the plate. The 0-2 count, but he flies this one out to left. Dixon tracks it down. And now it's Dwayne Norris with 2 away. 0-1 count. Towering fly ball to left center. It's way up there. And caught right on the track, just at the base of the wall by Mei-Shan Lee. So 1-2-3 inning for the Ravens. It's still 2-1 for the home team. And the Ravens are going to put in Elijah Daniels on the mound with a not particularly intimidating 0-4 win-loss record. But a pretty decent opponent batting average. He's 7 for 8 in save attempts. Gives up a leadoff single to Dusty Binns, though, who drills that one on the ground up the middle to center field. And with some ability to steal, Binns none this season, but a well-known base thief is at first. John Guillot at the plate. The 1-0 count. Ground ball to third, and the throw to second gets Binns. The throw to first gets Guillot, and it's a double play in the top of the 9th. We're 1 out away from ending the ball game. Mei-Shan Lee at the plate with the worst average in the Pitbulls batting order tonight. But he does have a hit tonight. He connects here, and he's managed a base hit to left field. His second hit of the night. He went 2 for 4 now. So this inning and game has been extended to Todd Simmons. And we'll see what Simmons can do with what he has. 1-0 count. There goes Lee on the steal attempt. He's in there safe. Stolen base number 2 this season. And he's now in scoring position. Things looking very fragile. Daniels has the tying run at second. He's already got a couple of balls against Simmons, no strikes. And Simmons is a guy who can put the ball in play. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, and he's gone. Ball game over. Minneapolis wins this one 2-1. Chicago missing a couple of important pieces, unable to get their scoring machine generating, and they were unable to catch up to the Ravens. Ravens even out to 15-15. The Pitbulls fall to 23-10. They are now in double-digit losses for the first time this season. They're the last team to reach double-digit losses. Winning pitcher tonight was Lorenzo Gutierrez, his third of the season. He evens out to 3-3. Daniels with his 8th save in 9 attempts. Oscar Camarena falls to 3-1. despite having a pretty decent game. 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, but it was Gutierrez who mastered the batters on the Chicago lineup, just allowing 7 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, striking out 11, and throwing 107 pitches. Very comparable line scores overall. But what a pitching battle Gutierrez with player of the game. 39,965 fans were in attendance at Twin City Stadium to watch this game. And we'll check the rest of the scores from day one. Dragons, as reported earlier, had that 5-1 win over the Brawlers. They improved to 19-14. The Brawlers fall to 14-18. They're still in last place in the Lake League East. Washington Freedom dropped their game to the Oilers 5-3. The Oilers improved to 13-18. Washington now at 20 losses. Calgary Inferno, we reported earlier, beat the Storm 4-3. Zirkle with his 6th win. Player of the game was Alex Oriana, though, for Miami. Check the box score and see why. And it was his 6-inning effort, 5 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. The runs all coming on home runs. Katai Kitagawa ejected in the 6th inning for arguing a strike call. Let's check on whether he's been suspended. No, it doesn't seem to be suspended. And the Speeders, 11-5 winners over the Cowboys. Henry ended up homering. I'll slap them all out there and try something that works. Henry with his 7th of the season. Avery his 16th, and Ricci with number 5. Fritz with his 2nd win, Ryan Fritz, and Crawley with the save. '87 also had the best card set. The 1987 Topps is widely seen as one of the best card sets. 86 and 87, that was the golden age of the baseball card. Well, not the golden age. That was the golden age of my lifetime of baseball cards. So says I. That's my opinion. No, I think it's actually, there's a consensus though, I think, amongst card collectors that the late 80s, 86, 87, even 85, they were great sets, exceptional designs, Topps in particular. And of course, Upper Deck, right, Dylan? Upper Deck came out in 88 or 89? Was it? I think it was 89. And those were slick-looking cards, expensive, but slick-looking cards. All right, we'll move on to Monday, May 7th. And I just realized, did I start? I did not start Stats Plus. Hopefully we get those first day results in. Posted to Slack and Discord. Yeah, it seems to be posting to Discord. Some things anyway. All right. Sorry about that. All right, game 2 tonight was going to be the Salts and the Titles. Hopefully you guys are still here. Well, I haven't seen Ben come in, but I did see Rico. And the Salts are doing amazing this year. They're 9-8 on the road, but 19-14 overall. And Luis Espinosa on the mound for Seattle. Randy Strelioff pitching for California. We did just see a California game last night, but Salts have been a while. So this was the game I chose for game 2 tonight. Get set. Get ready. All right, Ryan Sauve's Seattle Salts are the visiting team. Luis Espinosa 2-2 this season with a .581 ERA and a .142 WHIP. Does not sound too impressive, but for the Metro League, that's actually not too bad. I can't remember what their average league average ERA is right now, but it's not. .581 is not dreadfully high. Yutaka Muramoto, the pitcher for California, he's 1-1 with a 6.00 ERA, so we may see a high-scoring affair tonight. And there's your lineups. And the game at Titles Ballpark. Ooh. Hopefully the view is all right. I haven't played with the cameras here. Rico's got the broadcast muted, so I can talk all kinds of nonsense about him. HP, there we go. I have to change all this to the home plate camera. I will play with these cameras to see if I can get some better camera angles here. All right, so we're very top down here in this view. We won't have a pitch camera either. Epi Dykstra at the plate for the Salts, starting things off against Muramoto. It'll be a 1-1 count. And a ground ball to first. Yes, the disappearing logo. I'm going to probably get rid of that logo behind home plate because it's just an image placed on top of the grass image, and it doesn't look that great. It disappears depending on the movement of the camera. Just the nuances of making 3D stadiums doesn't always come out the way you want. Aguilar at the plate, one away. Muramoto with the pitch. Big fly ball to the left. It's carrying. It's gone. Home run for Francisco Aguilar, his third of the season. And now Seattle's up 1-0. Juan 2-3 steps up to the plate. He's got a bit of power. We've seen some home runs from him, right, Dylan? Rico's happy for that home run. Swing and a miss, strike three. Muramoto fans his first batter tonight. 2 outs, and now we'll see Justin Reich step up. Here's the pitch, and a fly ball to right. This one not going to have the distance that Aguilar's had. And Vasquez makes the catch in right field. Seattle leads 1-0 as we go to the bottom half. Ryan Harrington, the batter for California, leading things off here. Harrington, in his rookie season, hitting .301. I believe he was Rookie of the Month. Is he Rookie of the Month? Or Rookie of the Week? No, neither. Ryan Kitten Harrington was a Rule 5 pick from Minneapolis. Returned to the Ravens. Oh, that's right, because of a glitch, and then I had to put him back on the titles. He was not supposed to have been released. Ryan Harrington, 2-2 count. Luis Espinoza pitching. Ground ball splits the D on the right side between first and second. And Harrington safely at first base with that single to right. Bruce Skinner now. Fly ball to center field. Charging in hard is Reich, but he's waved off. Lynch gets it in shallow center field. Almost ended up in that no man's zone, no man's land. That dead zone between the infield and the outfield where a lot of base hits happen. Dave Anderson at the plate. Harrington still at first, 1 away. Here's the pitch from Espinoza. And the steal attempt. Harrington, 11 steals this season for the team lead. A strike on Anderson. Here's the next pitch, and Harrington goes for third. Picks up his 12th stolen base. So 2 steals. Harrington making a mockery out of Seattle's defense here. Sean Pfeiffer, a decent arm, unable to throw out Harrington on either attempt. But Harrington, one of the premier base stealers in the league. 0-2 count. And Anderson lines this one to right center. It's right at the base of the waterfall. Picked up by the right fielder leg and throw into second. Harrington is long since scored from third, and he is already sitting his feet up having a coffee in the dugout. Gutierrez at the plate. Carlos Gutierrez, first baseman, hammers a line drive down the right field line into right into the corner. Anderson rounding third, scoring easily from second. Gutierrez with a stand-up double. And now the titles are up 2-1. Raul Vasquez. Big power hitter. Just 4 home runs so far this season. He'll face Espinoza. Pop up to foul territory just close to the dugout, and that is out number 2. As Hallamore grabs that one, the first baseman. Carl Sims Jr. now, who has yet to get a hit in 12 at-bats. He was injured through spring. And we've seen him, we saw him last night. He's played a few games, obviously, but unable to get a hit so far. Just looks like just a walk or two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Espinoza dispatches Sims, and that ends the first. We'll go to the top of the second. Seattle trailing by a run. They're up next. It's 2-1. We'll check the out-of-town scores first. Boston tied up with New York 1-1 in the bottom of the ninth. Could go to extra innings. But there are runners in the corners and 2 outs with, looks like Ryan James at the plate. The Ravens leading Chicago 3-0, and they're in the top of the 8th. Chicago not having a good time, missing 2 important pieces from their lineup. The rest of their very potent lineup just doesn't seem to be able to produce without Rambo and Les Groves in the lineup. Milwaukee with a 2-1 win over Ohio earlier today, and Montreal downing Toronto 5-3 in the first game of that series. Washington currently leading Houston 8-1. They're in the top of the 7th. Nevada leading Arizona 2-1, and Calgary lost game 2 of that series to Miami. It was a close one, 7-6 for the Storm. But Mendola homering again for the Inferno. Had a 3-for-4 day at the plate. So far, the top performance of the day. Back to the action here in California. LA's Titles ballpark. Their first stadium was LA Park. Remember that, Dylan? The cyan blue fences. It was a big pitcher's park. Very similar to the Dodger Stadium, as I recall. I've got my Amiga somewhere. I've got to fire that up and see if I can get anything to work on it. It'd be fun to do like a retro stream or something, but of course the Amiga doesn't. There's no way to stream Twitch off of there. I don't know what I would do. Al Lynch with 1 away. Fly ball to left field. Anderson tracking it. Makes the catch in left center. 2 down. Here's Al Hallamore. Hits a base hit to the alley and left. Retrieved by Sims. And Hallamore at first now. 2 away. Here's John Legge. Leggy boy. Fly ball to right field. Vasquez has that one. Out number 3. And we'll change sides again. Bottom of the second. California stepping up to the plate. They'll start off with Francisco Arizona. His first time around this evening. So far through May, he's had 5 at-bats. And hitting 2 of them, including a home run. Espinoza with the 1-2 pitch, and it's a dribbler in front of the in front of the plate, Pfeiffer's out there to throw it to first, and he gets Arizona at first. Jason Moultrup, the catcher for the Titles, steps up to the plate. Swats this one on the ground over to first base. Hallamore's there, makes the grab, flips it to Espinoza, covering the bag, and that's 2 out. And now we're down to Carlos Brizeno, batting ninth. Also has 10 stolen bases tonight, or sorry, this season. So a threat to steal if he gets on base. Full count. Espinoza winds, delivers, and it's an inside pitch, ball 4. Brizeno on base now has an opportunity to steal. Here's Ryan Harrington back up again. 0-1 count. Hit hard to right. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Harrington's safe at first. Brizeno moves to second. And now Bruce Skinner steps up to the plate. Skinner with 7 home runs. Tied for the team lead, I believe, with Anderson. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Espinoza. And it's a blooper to center field, and we could see Brizeno come all the way around. No, he stays put at third. And it's bases loaded with 2 out for Dave Anderson. Also 7 home runs, tied for the team lead with Skinner, and leading the team in RBIs with 35. 3-1 count. Espinoza winds. Here's the pitch. This one misses wide outside for ball 4, and Brizeno is going to come home walked by Espinoza with bases loaded. So it is 3-1 now for California. Still 2 out. Still sacks full. 3 bags full. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Carlos Gutierrez, 1-1 count. Hits this one on the ground to first, and Hallamore takes it the bag to end the inning finally, but California gets one more. They have a 2-run lead as we go to the third. Seattle up again. Sean Pfeiffer will start things off for the Salts. Both of these teams, original Bull League teams dating back to 1989. And I believe they might be 2 of the only teams, besides the Oxen and maybe the Brawlers, who have not, and the Metros. So 5 teams in total, these 2 of them, that have not moved or changed team names since 1991. Here's the pitch from Muramoto. Big fly ball to center field. Sims should be there under it. He is in front of the water feature and right. And now it'll be Epi Dykstra as we return back to the top of the order for the Salts. Here's the 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, and Muramoto fans him. 3rd strikeout of the game. Francisco Aguilar, who had a home run, into the drink in right field. He grounds to short this time around, and that's the side. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Salts, and we go to the bottom half of the third. Raul Vasquez, a big swinger, facing Espinoza once again. Here's the pitch. Hit hard to left center. It's carrying, it's gone. Home run Vasquez, number 5 on the season. And it's 4-1 for the Titles. Espinoza getting rocked here tonight. Not a lot of movement on his pitches, and I think that may have something to do with those power hitters being able to tee off on Espinoza tonight. Carl Sims Jr., though, another power hitter, has been unable to make a single hit since his injury return. 1-0 count from Espinoza. Big pop-up to the infield. And this one is retrieved by Epi Dykstra, third baseman. Francisco, Arizona now with 1 out. There's the 0-1 pitch. Connects, and it's a base hit up the middle. Reich is there on a knee to take that ball and throw it in. But Arizona with a single is now at first base. Jason Moultrup follows him to the plate. Swing and a miss. He strikes out on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Way high, maybe even out of the zone. 2 away for Carlos Brezeño now. 0-1 count. Ground ball to first. Hallamore flips it to Espinoza, covering the bag, and that'll end the third for California. And we go to the top of the fourth. We'll check the out-of-town scores again. We should have some more finals to report, as this is a West Coast game, so a lot of the East Coast games are wrapping up. But Boston, New York, still tied at 1 apiece. They're in the bottom of the 11th now. So the fans getting their money's worth in that game with some free baseball. Minneapolis finished off Chicago 4-0 on a 6-hitter. Knuckles Malone did pitch tonight, and he got his first win of the season. Elijah Daniels with save number 9. Milwaukee defeated Ohio. We reported that one earlier, 2-1, and Montreal beat Toronto 5-3. Over in the Metro League, the Washington Freedom trouncing Houston currently, 10-1. It's the bottom of the 8th. It's a bit of a bloodbath at ExxonMobil Oil Field. Arizona leading Nevada 4-3 in the top of the 6th. George Henry with his 8th home run of the year. And we earlier reported the 7-6 final for Miami over Calgary. One, 2-3. At bat for the Salts to start off the 4th. Muramoto with the 2-2 pitch. And 1-2-3 with a line drive to center, but running over and diving for it was Sims with some nifty fielding. Makes the catch on the dive, robbing 2-3 of an extra base hit, I would say. Very, very much in the alley, that one. A potential double. Here's Justin Reich. High pop-up to the infield, retrieved by Gutierrez, the first baseman, who hauls it in for out number 2. And Manos Van Holtzen, who I believe struck out his first time around, is up again. 1-2 pitch. It's up in the air to right center. Sims is ranging over again, and that's his second put out this inning. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Salts, who are putting up another goose egg. Laying eggs all across the top of the scoreboard. Trailing 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. California, with Ryan Harrington, the leadoff hitter, back up again to start things off here in the 4th. He is 2 for 2 tonight. He's had no trouble so far finding the ball and swinging at it off of Espinoza. He grounds to short here. That's the first time that Harrington is out while at bat tonight. Bruce Skinner now. Ground ball to second. Charging in was Lynch with the throw to first. 2 away. And Dave Anderson now. 1 for 1 at the plate. 2 RBIs. Swats this one over to third. The long throw across the diamond is in time. Gets him by a step. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Titles. But they still hold the lead as we go to the 5th. Muramoto back onto the pitching rubber for the California Titles. Al Lynch at the plate. The Salts batter leading the team in hitting with a .347 average. And it's a ball 4 to Lynch as he draws a walk. And with some speed and no outs, the lead runner at first We'll see what Al Hallamore can do. Does slightly worse against left-handed pitching. But he has a hit tonight. There goes the runner. Lynch with the steal attempt is in there safe. His third of the season. And now Seattle has a runner in scoring position. Strike three pitch to Al Hallamore. And now there's one out with a runner at second. Here's John Legge. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to first. Taken to the bag by Gutierrez. No, he threw it to Lynch, covering the bag. Oh, no, sorry. Lynch went to third. Unable to keep up with the text. It's so fast. Anyway, 2 outs. Get Lynch at third base. Sean Pfeiffer at the plate now. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Skinner with the long throw across the diamond retires Pfeiffer, and that'll end the inning. So the Salts come close. Lynch, with a hit and a steal, manages to get to third, but is not able to score as he is stranded there. California still up 4-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Carlos Gutierrez, the first baseman, comes around again for a third time. High fly ball to right for Gutierrez, but it's shallow, and John Legge has it easily. Tim Farber is going to come in to pitch now for the Salts. He'll face Raul Vasquez. It'll be a 2-2 count. Fly ball to right again. Legge has that one 2 away. Carl Sims Jr. at the plate. 1-2 pitch. He slams one into the gap in right, and finally Sims has broken his hitless streak. He is his first hit of the year here on May, I think we're in May 6th. But he was just back from injuries. So if we check out his game log, out March 25th, that was his last spring training game, and his first game back was May 1st. So he didn't play all of April. And a succession of hitless appearances, although he did score a run in his second appearance owing to a base on balls. But his first hit, a double tonight. And here's a guy that hits doubles. I mean, he had 29 doubles last year. He hit 257. He's not a terrible... Hey, Rico's back. Not a terrible hitter by any stretch. 37 home runs, 29 doubles out of his 155 hits. 18 stolen bases. And he gets his first hit of the season tonight. Francisco Arizona back up to the plate. 2 outs. Sims at second. Farber winds up. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to shallow center, and Arizona is out. So Sims is stranded at second after doubling to break his hitless streak. It's still 4-1 for the titles. We go to the top of the sixth. We'll check the out-of-town scores again. Should just be a few games yet to resolve. Boston, New York are now into the 13th inning. They're in the bottom half of the 13th. Still tied at 3 apiece. And Arizona and Nevada are going into the 8th with the Speeders leading 5-4. Avery with his 17th home run of the season. I believe he's still in the league lead by a fair margin. Washington with a final over Houston, 12-4. Ron Alder picking up his third loss. Andy Boyles with his first win this year. Danny Hortero with his second home run tonight. Dave Tripp with his first. Starting pitcher, Dave Tripp with his first. I'll have to check the box score on that one. Yeah. Oh, he's batted in 8 games this season. Dave Tripp doing double duty. Back to the game action in Titles Ballpark. Epi Dykstra at the plate. Full count in the top of the 6th. Takes that one for a walk, and he trots on down to first. Yutaka Muramoto has given up his second base on balls tonight and is now at 68 pitches after 5 innings. Francisco Aguilar, who had a home run earlier tonight, is back up to the plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Squares the bunt. It's in front of the plate. Moultrie is out to throw to first. Not in time. And Dykstra moves to second. So a perfectly executed sac bunt attempt by Aguilar actually results in an infield hit, a single. Aguilar legged that one out. 2 on, no out for Juan 2-3. The tying run at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one gets away from Moultrie, and the runners will advance. Now both runners in scoring position with no outs. 2-3 hitless tonight, but he has 23 on the season and 3 home runs. Full count for Muramoto. And he's hammered this one into left field. It's going to score some runs. Both runners cashing in on a 1-2-3 double. And it is 4-3. It's a 1-run ball game now. Still no outs on the board. The Salts may be in a position to ramp things up here. Cody, we'll get to that scoreboard in a moment. We did just check the scoreboard at the beginning of the 6th, but I'll check it again as we exit the 6th. Justin Reich up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but 3 home runs on the season. He's had 16 RBIs. He can definitely swing the bat. Actually, every batter in the Salts order has had at least 1 home run this season. Muramoto winds, delivers. A slow roller in front of the plate. Justin Reich thrown out at first, but 2-3 takes third on the throw. And another runner is 90 feet away from scoring for the Salts. Manus van Hultzen now up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. 3-2 pitch. And that one's a ball 4, missing low. Muramoto walks his third batter tonight. 14th of the season. He may be getting tired. Muramoto, very good control usually, and those pitches were outside of the zone. Al Lynch next up in the order. Swings, it's a high fly ball to left. We'll see if 2-3 tags up. He feigns, but he's not going to go. He doesn't have the speed really. And that was very shallow in left center. 2 outs, runners in the corners. Al Hallamore back up again. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Muramoto gets out of a jam, but not before giving up 2 runs and almost the lead. But that lead has been shaved down to 1 run. California is up again for the bottom of the 6th. Jason Moultrie will start things off. Tim Farber, the relief pitchers, only given up 1 hit since coming in the 5th inning. Ground ball to third. Played by Dykstra to Hallamore, 1 away. Here's Carlos Bresenio. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. Misses wide for ball 4, and Bresenio's safely at first on a walk. First base on balls given up tonight by Tim Farber. Bresenio, 10 stolen bases this season. Didn't get a chance to steal last time around. I believe there's a wild pitch. Advanced on a wild pitch. 3-1 count. Ground ball to short. They get Bresenio and Harrington double play. The 2 fastest runners on the titles unable to occupy a base before the ball got there. So two force outs to end the inning. And we go to the 7th. We'll check the scoreboard. California still up 4-3. But around the league, let's see if we have any finals yet. No, Boston, New York still tied up at 3 apiece. They're going to 15 innings. Nevada still leading Arizona 5-4. It's in the top of the ninth. And the other games are all finals now. But the game action, almost 2 complete games in Boston there. Quite the battle. Both bullpens will no doubt be gutted after tonight's game. Muramoto pitching to John Legge for a third time tonight. Strike 3 pitch on a splitter. And now it's Sean Pfeiffer up to the plate. Launches a fly ball to center field, but Sims didn't have far to go, and he made the catch, 2 away. Epi Dykstra back up again. 0-2 count. Hammers one to center, but it's going to be shallow, and again, Sims is there to put it away. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Salts, and it's 7th inning stretch time here in California. Thanks for the beer, me, Cody. It's Coke tonight, if you didn't catch it earlier, but I'll take it. Have to refill the fridge with some brew. I'll wait till the song's done. Bruce Skinner leading off the 7th for California. Just a 1-run lead now for the Titles. And I'd have to agree, it's some pretty decent pitching tonight. And I can only imagine that New York-Boston game tied at 3 apiece in 15 innings. Farber pitching in his 3rd inning. He's got 1 2/3 under his belt already. Just 1 hit, 1 walk. Facing Bruce Skinner. Skinner puts this one on the ground to the right side. Out to get it is first baseman Hallamore. Throws the first. Farber covering the bag. Not in time. Skinner on base with an infield hit. So a leadoff single for California. Here's Dave Anderson. Anderson grounds to second. And they get one as Lynch goes to Aguilar covering the bag at second base. But no relay to Hallamore, and it's just 1 out. Good night, Cody. Have a good one. Hopefully you get the result you're looking for. I'm the commissioner. I can't favor a team, but good luck to both teams. Although we haven't seen Ben tonight, and his team's playing. Carlos Gutierrez at the plate. 1-0 count. Ground ball to second. The throw to shortstop. We'll get the force. No relay again. Seems like the Salts don't want to pull the trigger on the double plays. They don't want to risk it this late in the game. An overthrow at first would be disastrous and give California a bigger lead. Here's Raul Vasquez, who homered earlier tonight. Grounds this one to third. The long throw across the diamond. Dykstra finds Hallamore, and that is out number 3. Titles remain ahead 4-3. It's the top of the 8th. Let's check on that Boston-New York game. Still tied up there in the bottom of the 15th. 2 out, 2 runners on for Boston. They're on the cusp of walking it off there. And it's the bottom of the 9th. Arizona up again against Nevada. Still trailing by a run. 2 outs and 2 on there. We'll come back and check the game action in another minute. Francisco Aguilar digs in against Muramoto. Scrapes the dirt. 3-2 pitch. Check swing, and he went around at his strikeout number 7 for Muramoto, who is on fire tonight. Juan 2-3 at the plate. Had a 2-run double earlier. Now faces a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Charging it is Harrington to throw to first with some momentum. Gets to Gutierrez and puts out 2-3. 2 away. Justin Reich at the plate. 0 for 3 tonight. Here's a 3-0 count. Muramoto winds. Delivers. Outside pitch ball 4. And Muramoto walks his 4th batter tonight. That's the first time aboard for Reich, though. Dong Kyun Kim pinch hitting as the designated hitter. The replacement DH. Strike 3 pitch to Kim. He goes down, and that will strand Reich at first and end the Seattle 8th inning. California back up. They are still leading 4-3. Carl Sims Jr. had his first hit of the season tonight, and it was in his last at-bat. He is now hitting a blistering .067. Bingo! Here's the 1-2 pitch. Farber serves him up, and it's a fly ball to center field. Justin Reich camping under it from the scoreboard. Puts a glove on it, and Sims is out for the 3rd time. Unable to reach base for a 3rd time, I should say. 1 away. Francisco Arizona at the plate. And Legacy, I'll check the scoreboard as soon as the 8th is over. Ground ball to second. Throw to first. An easy routine ground out on Arizona, and Jason Moultrup now up with 2 outs, and he is hitless tonight. 2-2 pitch from Farber. Makes contact. Another grounder to second. And it's Lynch to Hallamore to end the title's 8th inning. Top of the 9th. This is it, the final frame, or is it? California leading 4-3. We'll check the scoreboard as requested by Legacy. Still going in Boston. It is 3-3 going into the 17th inning. So loads of extra baseball going on in Boston. Neither team wanting to give an inch there. We now have a final in Arizona. Nevada beat the Cowboys 5-4. Arango with his 3rd win. Marquez with his 3rd save. I believe you. I don't have the standings up in front of me. That's entirely possible. Take your word for it. All right. Top of the 9th, Seattle up again. Al Lynch is going to face Katsumi Higashi, the relief pitcher for California, who is going to try to close this one out. It's Higashi so far this season, a 2-for-2 record. 10 strikeouts in 12 innings, 6 walks allowed, 6 earned runs allowed, and 14 hits. His ERA 4.50. Al Lynch 0 for 2 at the plate tonight. 344 in the season to lead the team. Higashi's converted 2 of 4 save chances. Lynch grounds to third, and Skinner with the throw across the diamond gets him. He becomes the first victim of the top of the 9th. Al Hallamore up now. 1-1 pitch. Swung on line drive to left field. Hallamore is going to be safe at first. Going to second, and the throw comes in not in time. Anderson had to dig. It looked like he fell through the wall to grab that one, but it was not ruled a ground rule double. And Hallamore ends up with 2 anyway. John Legge at the plate with a runner in scoring position. The tying run at second. Legge, 5 home runs in the season, 252 average. But how clutch is he? Higashi winds up. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. This one's going to be to the infield, so pop up to short. Harrington has it, and that is 2 outs. Sean Pfeiffer. It's all down to Sean Pfeiffer, who is 0 for 3 tonight. 2-2 pitch from Higashi. Hammers this one to center field. It's all the way back to the wall, and this one's going to score the tying run. Hallamore charges home. It is a tie ball game. We've got a whole new ball game now, folks, in the top of the 9th. Pfeiffer with a clutch double to the wall in center field. And it is tied at 4 apiece. Epi Dykstra, we could have a 17-inning game here. Epi Dykstra hitless tonight. A full count. Higashi serves him up. Ground ball to short. The throw to first will end the top of the ninth. But we go to the bottom half. Score tied up at 4 apiece. Some exciting baseball for you tonight. Antonio Quineka is going to pitch for the Salts. So far, his 2 decisions have been losses. But he struck out 20 batters in 16 and third inning. He's having a great time striking out batters. A low 3.86 ERA for the high velo Quineka. Carlos Brezeño leading off for California. The replacement DH. No, actually, he had a couple walks. That's why he's only got 1 at-bat. Quineka's converted 7 of 8 save chances, but this would be a win opportunity, not a save opportunity. Brezeño with a fly ball to center, right center, played by Reich. Reich grabbed that one. And now it's Ryan Harrington at the plate. Sweep my COVID hair out of the way. So this is an even more clutch game. Ryan Harrington facing Quineka. 2 for 4 at the plate tonight. Quineka winds, delivers. It's a ground ball to short. Played by Aguilar over to first. Gets Harrington by a couple of steps. 2 outs. Bruce Skinner at the plate. He's got a couple base hits tonight. First pitch from Quineka. Line drive to right. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Skinner extends this inning with a single. Tim Benton is the pinch hitter who's going to face Quineka with Skinner at first and 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Quineka. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and we are going to extra innings. Exciting stuff. Still extra innings in Boston as well. That game tied at 3 apiece. And actually, I'm going to put on the BNN because it'll show that game. Actually, it won't show the win. When that disappears, we'll know there's a final to check. But 18 innings, 2 ball games. That's a long one. 10th inning here in California, and I'm going to take a quick break here to do a certain answer a certain call of nature, and we will continue with this one. Yes, I remember hearing about the Ryan Goins. I didn't see it. My brother did, I think. I think he watched that game. But Ryan Goins, go Goins. Relief pitching in an extremely long game. Was that against the Yankees? I can't remember. And wasn't it Canada Day? It was like the Canada Day or the Canada Day weekend anyway. I don't know if it was Canada Day, but geez, we're wearing red, I think, that weekend. All right. Back to the game action here in California. Higashi on the mound for California, facing off against Francisco Aguilar, who's 2 for 4 at the plate with an RBI. Had that home run earlier. Too drunk to remember. Attaboy. Big fly ball to left center. Chasing it down is Benton, makes the catch. Oh, the dog's out of water. She drinks a lot of water. She pees a lot, too. 1 down in the top of the 10th. 1, 2, 3 back up. Here's a pitch. Hard hit grounder to short. Harrington charging in with the throw to first. Gets 2-3. Plenty of time. And Justin Reich now. I like Russell Martin. He's a real good guy. Fly ball to center field, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Salts in the top of the 10th. It's from Montreal or Ottawa or something. Can't remember. Carlos Gutierrez back up to the plate. He did manage. I think they let him manage a game. One of his last year with Toronto, they let him manage a game. Which, you can have player managers, I guess. It's been a long time since that was a regular thing, but. Bottom of the 18th in Boston, still tied up at 3 apiece. Carlos Gutierrez now. Hammers a line drive to right, but ranging over to grab it is John Legge. Makes the catch. Raul Vasquez. The 0-1 count. He puts this one in the air. It's going to be shallow right center, played by the second baseman Lynch. East York. I think he's from Montreal then, maybe. He was born there or something. I thought I read he's not a Toronto guy, I thought. Well, I could be wrong. But I know where East York is. East York's in Toronto. Was at one time its own town, its own city, within the metropolitan Toronto. But then in, was it 1990, 91 or something, they amalgamated the towns, and now it's, he's born in East York, yeah. Then he went to school in Montreal then, maybe. Maybe that was it. What's Baseball Reference say his school was? Maybe that'll shed some light. Did he go to school in the States? 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. I thought there was some connection with Montreal with him. Toronto has not produced a whole lot of Major League ball players. There was another. I'm trying to remember who the player was. Went to high school in Etobicoke. Polyvalente Eduardo. Okay, yeah. So there you go. I knew there was a Montreal connection. And then we had, there's a guy from Mississauga that was in the Jays organization. I think he was mostly a AAA guy, and I'm trying to remember the name, who it was. Dong Kyun Kim at the plate. 1-0 count. Higashi with the pitch. Base hit up the middle for Kim. He is safely at first base to lead off the top of the 11th. Al Lynch follows him to the plate. The team batting leader is 0 for 3 tonight. but 340 is his season average. Here's the pitch. Hard hit line drive to right. A clutch hit perhaps for Lynch as Kim rounds second and goes to third. The throw comes in late. He is safe. So Lynch with an important single to put Kim on third with no outs. And now the Salts have an opportunity to take a lead here. California has the infield playing in. Al Hallamore at the plate. 3-1 count. Higashi with the pitch. Big fly ball to the infield. Harrington is called off by Arizona. Infield priority would normally go to the shortstop. If Harrington thought he had the angle on it, then it really should have been his call to call off Arizona. But I guess he didn't have the angle. Arizona called him off. And there's one out. Kim at third, Lynch at first. John Legge at the plate. Full count. Swing and a miss. Legge goes down on strikes, not for the first time tonight. He is 0-5. How many strikeouts does he have? 2 strikeouts. And it looks like we have a final in that Boston game. Let's check it right now. Boston wins 4-3. Sugamura with the win, third win of the season. Follett with his first loss. No home runs in that game. Of Chipola College. Yeah, you probably get noticed more coming out of even a JUCO. I'm guessing Chipola is a JUCO. He was probably a decent ball player, too, for Polyvalente Edouard Montpetit. But a great ball player in Canada is not such a great ball player always when you compare it to American players. So, yeah, he probably decided his best shot was to get into a JUCO on a 1 or 2 year program, take basket weaving, and play ball. Get more scouting probably in a Florida JUCO than you would in a Quebec Polytech, Polyvalente. Maybe it's not a Polytech. I have no idea what a Polyvalente is. But anyway. Oh, that was his high school. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Nate Pearson. And he ended up as a pitcher with a no-hitter. Kim at third, Lynch at first, Sean Pfeiffer, 2 outs on the board. Higashi pitching. Stolen base with no throw for Lynch, his 4th of the season. Sean Pfeiffer with 1 strike. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss, and Sean Pfeiffer goes down on strike, stranding 2 runners for Seattle. They had a great opportunity with runners in scoring position and no out, but they ended up leaving 2 on base, and this game is still tied at 4 apiece. Bottom of the 11th, Francisco, Arizona up now. Larry Walker, another Canadian from BC, played for Montreal. He was from Maple Ridge, BC, suburb of Vancouver, about an hour east, 45 minutes east. Fly ball center field, 1 away. Jason Moultrup up to the plate. 2-2 pitch. Walker is more my generation, that's why I remember. The Jays that the Canadian Blue Jays, I mean, other than who we were just talking about. My brain's going to mush. Russell Martin, thank you. Other than him, I can't think of who the other Canadians were on the Blue Jays, but there have been a few. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. That does help. Carlos Brezenio with 2 out. Quineka still pitching strong for the Salts. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Charging in is Lynch with the throw to first. And the inning's over. We're going to number 12. Game still tied at 4 runs apiece. Now pitching for California, it's John Darris, who is 1-0 this season, 18 strikeouts, 14 innings pitched, just 3 walks. He looks like, he profiles like a closer, a 1.29 ERA. Maybe he doesn't have the stuff for a closer, but I mean, 55 isn't bad. It's above average. Epi Dykstra, 0 for 4 tonight, is going to lead off the 12th for Seattle. Grounded to short back in the 9th. And he's going to pop out to third base here. Skinner puts the leather on that one. And now it's Francisco Aguilar up to the plate. There was, from Mississauga, and I can't remember his name, I think he's down in AAA. I think he had trouble breaking up into the majors. He would keep getting put down in AAA. But I can't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank. I think he was a black guy. But I can't remember what his name was. Might have been mixed race, actually. 3-2 pitch. Aguilar draws a walk. I don't think so. Yeah, maybe you're right. Josh Naylor? I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell. It's not who I'm thinking of anyway. I mean, they do get quite a few Canadians through the organization, but not a lot of them break up to the major level. Hard hit ground ball by Juan 2-3 over to third. The throw to first gets him. Aguilar takes second on the play, and with 2 outs, there's a runner in scoring position again for the Salts. Darris pitching to Justin Reich. Reich with a fly ball to right. A high fly ball. Vasquez camping under it. That's it. Dalton Pompey went to high school in Mississauga. I'm trying to remember the school now, but it's in the West End. And the school doesn't even have a ball diamond, so he apparently played baseball for that team, but I don't know where they played. Is he still with the Jays? I have no idea where Pompey is. He kept getting injured. That was one of his problems. And he just wasn't that great. Yes, John Fraser secondary. So yeah, it's right next to a mall too. But there's no baseball diamond at that school that I can see. So I've driven by it a few times. Quineka gives up a line drive to Harrington, but it's caught by Reich in center field. That was almost going to drop in. Reich had to charge hard to get to there and robs Harrington of a leadoff base hit. Bruce Skinner now. Yeah, that's been a sad story for Toronto a few times. Didn't they have a guy, first major leaguer from Canada? Was it Bob Gibson? I want to say it's Bob Gibson. I could be wrong. I could be making that up. He may not be Canadian, but Fergie Jenkins. Ferguson Jenkins. I think was the first Canadian major leaguer. At least in recent memory. Way off. So I guess it's good. Okay, I'm thinking more modern era. I guess that we must have had one back in the pre-modern days. From Port Hope. I know where Port Hope is, but I'm failing as a Canadian here. I can't name the first Canadian major leaguer. Dylan, do you know? Rico? Bruce Skinner, full count, 1 away. Quineka with the pitch, ground ball to third. And that is a routine out. 2 away in the bottom of the 12th. Tim Benton. As the dog squeaks the squeaky toy. Ground ball to second, and that is 3. 1-2-3 inning for the Titles. We are still tied at 4 apiece. I can ask Google. Google will know. Google knows everything. Fergie Jenkins, just wanted to mention him, go back to him for a second there. Born in Chatham, Kent, 1942, inducted into the Hall of Fame 1991. Played for the Cubs. Also played for the Rangers, the Phillies, and the Red Sox. But the majority of his career was with the Cubs. Thinking of Michael Sanders, eh? I don't know who Michael Sanders is. Dong Kyun Kim at the plate. He's 1 for 2 as a DH. Replacement DH for the Salts. John Darris pitching a second inning will pitch to Kim, and it's an infield pop-up that Darris takes himself for 1 out. Bob Addy. Hey, all right, I'll look him up. Bob Addy. Nicknamed the Magnet. Says he was an American right fielder and second baseman. But yes, born in Port Hope, Ontario. Well, you'd think that would make him Canadian, not American. It doesn't give any of his biographical details in Wikipedia. So he was born there, but it's refers to him as an American. Died at the age of 65 in Pocatello, Idaho. Later made an unsuccessful attempt to popularize baseball played on ice. I can just imagine how that turned out. Wow, all right. Well, there you go. Learn something new every day. Bob Addy, first Canadian, or first person from Port Hope anyway. I mean, citizenship laws were funny back then. So, I mean, if you're born in Canada to American parents, I don't know if they'd consider you American or Canadian or dual. I don't know what the Citizenship Act would have said back then. But anyway, top of the 13th here in California. Al Lynch up again. Swing and a miss on a Darris offering. He goes down and strikes. 1842. Yeah, I mean, you'd think, but again, citizenship law is funny back then. Al Hallamore at the plate. 2-2 pitch. If his parents were American, it's possible that he was not considered a British subject. There's no such thing as Canada in 1842, so we were a British colony. We didn't become a country until 1867. So it would have been the colony of Upper Canada, still very much part of the British Crown. Bottom of the 13th, Carlos Gutierrez steps up to the batter's box against Antonio Quineka, still going strong into his 5th inning as a relief pitcher. Yeah. I think he'd be a British citizen then, maybe. Ground ball to second. Throw to first. Yeah, but he's got that stamina worries me. 45 stamina. He's 45 pitches in. He's already in the red zone. I don't know that Quineka is going to be he's going to launch as a starter. It'll be a failure to launch, I think. Vasquez at the plate. Quineka winds, delivers, strike 3 pitch. Really, first player to slide. Carl Sims Jr. back up again. 1 for 5 at the plate. But he has gone 0 for 3 since Quineka came in. 0-2 count. No, not a strike three. It's a fly ball to center. Reich charges in to catch that one, and we are going to 14 innings. John Legge back up to the plate. He is 0 for 5 tonight. We're seeing a lot of that in the lineup as we come around through the names. John Dares, 28 pitches in. He's going to start his third inning. This one misses wide for ball 4. Low and outside. Legge becomes the leadoff batter, and he's on base. He didn't come to the leadoff batter. He was the leadoff batter. He's now on base. So the leadoff batter is aboard. Sean Pfeiffer back up again with a very quick Legge at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Squares the bunt. It's down the third base line. Charging in is Skinner. The throw to first to get the out. Legge moves to second on a perfectly executed sac bunt. And now Legge in scoring position with one away. Epi Dykstra at the plate. Full count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. They're going to go to first to get Dykstra. Legge moves to third and is a single away from scoring. Frank Groves comes in to pitch, a fresh arm for California. Aguilar is 2 for 5 at the plate, including one of the home runs tonight. Quite a leadoff by Legge. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball. It's going to drop in. It's going to be the go-ahead run as Legge charges home to score run number 5 here in the 14th inning. Seattle ahead on that bloop base hit to left field by Legge. Move from Port Hope. Yes, it's hard to say. The thing is that Canada didn't have a Citizenship Act until 1947 or 49. I can't remember which one it was. But so before then, all Canadians were British subjects. And that granted basically right of citizenship. You could go live in Britain. But if you're born in Canada before Canada became a country, I think you're still considered British. But it depends, because if you had American parents, then Britain, the British Crown, may not have recognized the child as British. So I have no idea. I'd have to see his birth records or something. I don't know. It's a mystery. But Wikipedia describes him as American. Fly ball to right. This should put away the inning, but Seattle up 5-4 in the 14th. And now California is going to come around again. Let's see if they can answer. Yeah, it's hard to say. But Bob Addy, anyway, from Port Hope, presumed Canadian, but born before Canada was a country. Chris Ryder coming in to pitch for the Salts. And he's looking like a decent option according to his season stat line. No decisions, but 8 innings, he struck out 7. He's allowed 7 hits and walked 4, but just 1 earned run for a 1.13 ERA. And he's got a decent infield behind him. So this could be Seattle's game to win or lose. They hold the lead. California is coming around with some of their stronger players. Francisco Arizona at the plate. 3 home runs, just a .205 average, but an on-base percentage of .308. It's a 1-2 count. Ryder winds up. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ground ball to second. Lynch is there. The throw to first puts him away. Arizona becomes the first casualty of the 14th inning for California. Here's Jason Moultrup. No, Jorge Garces is going to come in a pinch hit. Probably a wise move for California as they're trailing. Garces with some power potential. Hit 22 home runs last year. He's already got 3 this season. 1-1 count. Ryder serves up a pitch. It's a line drive to center field, and this could be trouble. Reich is there to grab it, but a one-out single for California has put the tying run at first base. Carlos Brezenio now up. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball to center again. Reich is this time able to get there in time, but he had to dive for it. Jorge Garza stays put at first base. 2 out. Ryan Harrington. It's all down to Ryan Harrington, the shortstop, playing his rookie year. Hits hard to short, and it's there. Aguilar puts the game away, forcing Garza's at second, and this is a 5-4 final for Seattle in the 14th. Wow, what a game. Thanks for joining us. California had an early lead. After the first, they were leading 2-1. They increased that lead to 4-1 in the third inning, but the Salts closed that gap in the sixth. It was a one-run ball game till the ninth when they tied it up, and then they put the game away in the 14th inning. So an excellent, long-lasting game, a back-and-forth nail-biter for sure. The Salts improved to 20-14. They remain in the lead of their division and in the Metro League, actually. California titles fall to 12-21. Winning pitcher was Quaneka, who put in a fine effort as a reliever, soon to be starter, we're told. 5 innings, 1 hit allowed, 4 strikeouts. That would be a great line score for a starter. He'd probably be up in the high 70s for that effort. Ryder with a second save for the season. Higashi blows a save, his third time this year, and Darris picks up the loss for California. Quaneka was named player of the game for his effort, and it's no wonder why. 5 innings with a 1-hit baseball is pretty decent. 33,242 fans watched this game. I don't know if they were all there at the end of it, but a 14-inning effort and a worthwhile broadcast. So that's our first extra inning broadcast this season as well, I believe. So we've read off the finals from the earlier games. I'm not going to go over them again, but we'll wrap up Tuesday, May 7th. We'll quick sim through the 8th and the 9th, and wrap up the broadcast. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Got up to eight viewers. I didn't see if we peaked at 8, but anyway, it's always nice having some eyeballs watching. 16 eyeballs watching the broadcast tonight. I do have to work in the morning, so can't do this all night. One of these days I'll have to take a day and do a 12-hour broadcast. I'll do a marathon. Dragons Brawlers. Dragons take game 3, 5-4. The Nomads lose another one to the Metros, 9-8. That one, Makanako Mano with his 6th home run, but Price Sims teeing off twice against Toronto. Oh, really? Well, I'm glad you do. I mean, the MLB The Show, it's hard to beat the graphics. The graphics are great. But this is so statistically immersive. And then, of course, this league itself has existed for so long that you really get enveloped in the history of it. I would like to try out MLB The Show, though, but I don't have a console. So I don't know if can you even get it for PC. I wouldn't play it on PC anyway. Hops 13-8 over the Oxen, who are now, after a wicked start to April, now in their doldrums, struggling to get wins. The Ravens take down the Pitbulls a third time. 9-8 was the final there. This time the Pitbulls at least scoring some runs. They came up with 8 runs, 15 hits, but they are still struggling to win against the Ravens. The Ravens above 500 now. Calgary Inferno dropped their first game in a while to the Storm. Three runs for Calgary. Storm 10 runs, and it was all long balls for Miami. Nevada Speeders 8-3 winners over the Cowboys. Congrats there, Jim. Pratt with his 4th win of the season. Looks like a bunch of home runs there. Yang, Purdy, and Ricci homering for Nevada. Velasquez and Covey for the Cowboys. Seattle Salts were taken down by the title 6-2. And the Freedom down the Oilers 7-5. We'll move on to May 9th action. $99 followers, one follower away, and we didn't hit 100 followers in February. So, oh well. I'll have to try again later, but I'm not sure if I'm going to offer a free subscription now. I don't know. We didn't hit the goal. That's 2 months in a row we didn't hit the 100 follower goal. We came close, but oh well. Nomads pick up game 3 of that series. So I avoid the sweep. 4-3 was the score for the Nomads over the Metros. The Dragons down the Brawlers 11-3. Hops fall to the Oxen, who are finally out of their losing streak. 6-1 was the score there. The Pitbulls finally come up with a win over the Ravens. They avoid a sweep there. 5-4 was the final. Guppy and Binns with home runs for Chicago. Brasco, Norris, and Arredondo for the Ravens. In the Metropolitan League, the Inferno were shut out by the Storm. 5-0. I believe that's a series split, but we'll check in a minute. And the Oilers down the Freedom 3-1. Jose Soto with his 3rd win of the year. He seems to be finally righting his ship. The Speeders with a blowout win over the Cowboys, 14-1. Al Mota with his 2nd win of the season, and a fine game it was. But TK Yang had a big home run. Georges Henry his 9th, and Ricci his 7th. Yang was named player of the game. And the Seattle Salts were taken down by the Titles again. 5-2 was the score there. Anderson with his 8th home run for California. Pfeiffer with number 2 for Seattle. Anderson was player of the game in that one. All right, we'll advance to the May 10th game date and throw up the standings. The Dragons on top of the LL East with a 21-15 record. They are on a 2-game winning streak. The Metros in 2nd place. Boston all the way down at 4th. Toronto just ahead of them in 3rd. So that's how things are shaping up in the East. In the West, it's Chicago and Minneapolis at the top. Chicago 24 wins, 12 losses. And the Ravens had a decent decent start to the week against the Pitbulls. They are now in 2nd place with a positive record and tied for a wild card. Although I cringe when I mention wild card in May, because we've got a lot of baseball to go, folks. But just as a point of reference, they've now made their way into a wild card. The Hops and the Oxen rounding out that division. The Oxen have had a dreadful time. They're 2-8 in their last 10, but at least they finished this sim on a win, picking up their 14th of the season. Over the Metro League, the Calgary Inferno are back to 500. They're 17-17 on a 3-game losing streak. So they won game 1, I guess, this 4-game set, but they are 17-17, still atop the division though. Miami Storm half a game behind on a 3-game winning streak. They are charging hard, trying to catch up. The Oilers in 3rd and the Freedom in 4th. Very close to each other in the standings, both with 14 wins. The Oilers 20 losses, Freedom 21 losses. In the West, the Speeders have taken 1st place away from the Salts. They're on a 6-game winning streak, and they're 9-1 in their last 10. A fine effort by the Speeders, and that's typically where we see the Speeders actually most seasons in 1st place. 21-14 is a record. The Salts 1.5 games behind them. 20-16. The Cowboys at an even 18-18. And California trailing way back. They're 14-21 is their record. Cowboys, by the way, on a 7-game losing streak. Ouch. So we'll begin Tuesday's sim on May 10th. Let's check the news reports, though. And let's see what's going on. Yang went 5 for 5. Oh, and hit for a cycle? 2 singles, a double, a triple, and a home run for TK Yang. No wonder he got the player of the game in that 14-1 victory. So congrats there, Jim. TK Yang hitting for the cycle in their game against the Cowboys. And I'm just going to check the wiki. I'm trying to think, when was the last cycle? Don't think we had one last season. If the wiki is up to date, our last cycle was 2022. Is that right? Or did I make a date error and Josh Fairchild had it in 2020? I think, yeah, I'd have to double check that Josh Fairchild. It says July 16th, 2020, but that may not be correct. I put the correct date somewhere else. Let's see. 2022, 2022, 2022. Yeah, I may have entered the date wrong. But anyway, it's been a couple of seasons since we've had a cycle, and it may have been Josh Fairchild of the California Titles against the Nevada Speeders. 20-game hitting streak for Lynch, but it was ended at game 21, I believe. No, 20 on the nose. And that's it. So that's really all the news fit to print for today. Natural cycle. All right. Remind me again, what's a natural cycle? When you go 1, 2, 1 for single, double, triple, homer, like in order. Anyway. Box score can't tell you. The box scores are probably up. Okay. So before he grounds out or gets another single or another whatever. Yeah, the game log should be there. Is it not? Let's check, shall we? Game highlights. Which game was that? That was the 14-1 win. You can hit the game log. There is a link to the game log from the box score. If you press on that, it's not there. You're right. So yeah, you got to check on the game file. Huh. I thought it populated the game logs. All right. We will create some files and wrap up our sim. And I don't know that anyone else is doing OOTP tonight. It's late. It's 12:35 Eastern. I think we're it. And Spore's doing basketball. If he was doing baseball, we'd drop in on him. But I think we'll leave him for tonight. Yeah, so we're going to wrap up tonight. I'll put the league file up momentarily. And we'll see you guys Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, we're into March 2nd. I love it. Spring is around the corner. Real baseball is back on TV, according to Jim. I haven't seen it because we aren't getting any games here. And I don't really. We have Netflix and streaming services anyway. We don't have any regular TV here. But I'm looking forward to a baseball season this year. Hopefully we get 162 games in. And like Dylan says, hopefully there's none of this runner on second in extra innings nonsense. Bloody nonsense. Although I might try it out for the college leagues in this, but I don't know why. We don't broadcast the college games, but we'll see. Maybe for tournament play or winter ball. I don't know. All right. See you guys Tuesday. Thanks again for joining me tonight. Appreciate having people watch me babble on and talk baseball. And I'm by no means a baseball expert, but I enjoy doing the play-by-play. And yeah, I love the interaction here. So, but I would do this anyway if nobody was watching. That's how you start. Take care, guys, and we'll see you guys later.